Ahchyam Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakorash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And a sincere Shalom to the hopeful electors out there listening, learning, and or teaching. Shalom. All right, Ahchyam. So I just got done watching the Apostle Gabar's lesson here on his channel. It's Daily Edification 4. The title of the video is Yahweh Shai is not Yahweh. Diet Barak Gabar, a great example of faith. All right, this is a very edifying video. Definitely watch this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the Elder Apostle Gabar. So I wanted to bring up, this video because, the Spirit hopped on me when he started talking about diet. And that's basically what the video is going to be about today. So, I'm going to just go ahead and play this, just a small portion of this. And then, we'll get into it, Lord's will.
So that was one of the thoughts on my mind. The other thought is about the diet. As you know, as I told you, I have changed my diet. Okay, I no longer deal with any kind of oil. For the last 2 days, maybe 3, I've cut out all oils, olive oil, coconut, all oils, and I feel a whole lot better. So I'm liking the way I feel. You don't do 6 miles in an hour and 42 minutes. You feel like crap. You just don't do it. So I'm telling you what works for me. You guys don't have to do what I do, okay? But as for me, I think my relationship with oils in general is I don't need it. When we cook, we're supposed to cook with butter, with ghee, with beef tallow, with bone broth.
All right, so that's basically what I wanted to get, what he's saying there. He's saying that he's done with oils, okay? And I have spoken about this topic before in a health video, about the fact that these oils that are used in basically all of our foods today, like when you go to the grocery store and you buy anything that comes in packaging, you look on the back, one of the first ingredients is canola oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, all these right here, these it says 8 industrial seed oils to avoid, they're damaging your health, right? You got the big one, canola oil, which is actually rapeseed oil. And you heard that correctly, RAPE seed oil, okay? And basically it comes from a poisonous plant, okay? But Esau processes it to make it less poisonous, and you can now eat it in your food. But just because you can eat it doesn't mean you should. All right, this is soybean oil. It has been shown to effeminize men. All right, corn oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil, safflower oil, rapeseed oil, rice bran oil. Okay, and it takes a lot of nuance to understand. But like the Elder Apostle Gabar said in his video, do your own research. Because the thing is, there's nothing wrong with sunflower seeds and, rice and whatever you see here. You think, oh, well, that's just the oil that comes from the plant. No, it's not. So what it is, Esau takes these seeds from these different plants and he processes them very heavily in his industrial machines. And a lot of solvents and chemicals are added that do not fully come out. So you're drinking or eating, these heavily processed GMO oils plus whatever chemicals Esau adds to it, man. And I recommend everybody out there to look up a video on how seed oils are made. It's absolutely horrifying. And when you eat it, it causes inflammation not only in your gut, but in your arteries, in your heart. Okay? I made a whole video about this a while ago. And, like the elder just said, you're supposed to cook with butter and ghee, and things like that, because that's natural fats. Okay, this stuff here is not natural. You do not find this in nature. You have to You need a whole industry to create this poison, man. Okay, you cannot naturally just grab a bunch of seeds and squeeze the oil out of them. It's impossible. Okay, so yeah, man, this is the natural fats that people have eaten for thousands of years before Esau decided to recreate his own perverted version of fats. Okay, and another thing you can look up is how fats and cholesterols they say are bad for you, but that's outdated science because as you can see here, I typed in fats and cholesterols are essential for testosterone production in men. The AI overview says yes, fats and cholesterol are essential for testosterone production in men because testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, right? So if you don't eat cholesterol, your body will not produce the optimal amount of testosterone because that's the precursor to testosterone. It says in diets with adequate healthy fats are associated with better testosterone levels. And there's plenty of evidence to support this. But again, Esau has hidden the truth. Okay? It says diets too low in fat may decrease testosterone production. Okay? And that's all I want to go into on that. But you can do your own research. I've done this research for years. And I've of course, when you go to a restaurant, you're going to eat these nasty seed oils because they're in everything. But that's why you got to learn how to cook for yourself. All right. Every brother should be cooking or have his woman cook. And, definitely stay away from the oils. Just backing up what the elder Apostle Gabar said. Because I've known this for a while. I got some pictures of myself. This ain't about me, but it's just an example. Y'all see me right now. I'm a little bit chunky. I'm about 200 pounds, I believe, maybe 195, because I've been losing weight. But this is pictures of me when I was on the keto diet. And, I did a little bit of the carnivore diet as well. So, during this time period, this was about 5 years ago, I was 125 pounds, which I'm a shorter guy, so it's a good weight for me. Right now I'm about 200 pounds. Okay, but long story short, when I was on this diet, I had lost. I was 170, and then I got down to 125. So that's about 45 pounds. So I lost 45 pounds and kept it off for a couple years on this diet. Okay, so this diet does work. That what the elder Apostle Gabar is saying is against the grain, but because it's true. Okay, you're not gonna hear that fats and grass-fed beef is good for you. You don't hear about that anywhere. That's hidden knowledge in this world because this world is wicked, and they try to hide the truth. But the scriptures say the truth come out to the light. Okay, and so basically, I've tested this on myself. It does work. Okay, now right now I'm chunky because of other things that happened. When I was in the world, folly and over much drinking and partying back in the day, I ended up getting fat. Okay, but yeah, this diet really worked and it helped me, and I'm thinking about getting back into it. I believe that's the spirit of the Lord because I've been cooking every day for the past few weeks, almost every day. Trying to use clean ingredients and not, definitely don't cook with any of these oils. I haven't cooked with any of these oils. I don't even think I've ever used these oils in the kitchen, but because when I started cooking, that's when I had found out about the butter thing, how it's actually good for you, and that's the only fats you should be consuming if you're cooking food, not just butter, like the elder said, ghee, tallow, right? And not just any butter or tallow. You want to find grass-fed organic butter or tallow because the butter that comes from a grain-fed cow is not as nutrient dense as the butter that comes from a grass-fed cow. You see what I'm saying? Because Esau, has fucked up the animals and everything, man. Okay, but this, I'm gonna finish with this. This is a Sirach chapter 30 and verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. Okay, so yeah, man, you gotta diet is very heavy, very important topic. In this truth, for your body to run right, for your mind to be able to think properly, you do need to eat the right foods, for your body, your joints, your heart, your longevity. Okay, we're given this earthly temple, okay, but we're supposed to take care of it. Okay, we're not supposed to be out there eating McDonald's every day. Definitely, okay, definitely not eating McDonald's every day, and definitely not cooking with these poisonous oils. Okay, so yeah, definitely do your own research, brothers. I know a lot of you probably have no idea about this because it's very hidden, because there's a whole multi-billion-dollar industry that supports these oils. And when these oils started coming out, they ran this documentary trying to prove to people that butter causes heart attacks and all type of shit like that. And that's how they were able to market this garbage as a health food product. There's a whole conspiracy behind this thing, and a whole documentary I saw about it. Like, margarine as well falls into these oils, except it's just a solid version of this bullshit right here. So yeah, margarine, seed oils, definitely toxic and very bad for you, brothers. So definitely stay away from that, and only cook with real fats. And there's nothing wrong with butter. The scriptures talk about how in the book of Genesis, I believe it was Abraham gave some butter to the angels. We actually read that in class. This is Genesis 18, and we'll start at verse 7. Or actually, yeah, we'll just get to the point. This is verse 8. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Right? So Abraham gave some food to the angels. Okay, he gave them butter, milk, and a calf. Okay, which in today's society they would say that's a high fat food, that's too much meat or whatever. But no, that's a healthy food, man. The Lord gave us meats to eat, and they're good for you. Of course, not Esau's meats today, where they're all filled with toxins and hormones and chemicals and all that bullshit. So you got to find, like the elder said, grass-fed, organic, pasture raised, so these ruminant animals like a calf, or like other animals, like what's the other one that eats like that? So you got cows, you got deer, and you got lamb. They all eat grass. That's their natural diet, and when they eat that, the meat comes out very healthy and balanced fats. The fats are more balanced, okay, than when you buy a nasty grain-fed cow. That's basically a sick, obese, dying animal. Okay, so yeah, of course, the science is gonna say that meat's bad for you, because meat, the way Esau makes it, is bad for you. But the real meats, grass-fed beef, things like that, grass-fed milk, grass-fed butter, these are good for you, man. Okay, but yeah, man, that's all I want to get into. Just something real quick about diet and health. Something that's not commonly known, something that, if you got pain in your body, this could be what's causing it, is these nasty industrial seed oils, man, which were used for lubricating engines before. Different, not engines, Salakia, different mechanical components were lubricated by these, And, there's a whole story behind them, how they were created. But basically, these, I believe, were a waste product also. And they decided, well, let's sell it to the people. There's a whole bunch of documentaries on it, man. But yeah, this stuff is toxic, and you can see, if we live in a wicked world, of course, this stuff is going to be in every product. Look on the back of a Doritos packet or any type of food that has, any type of fats in it, it's always this fats. That's why the people are sick and stupid and, low testosterone. But yeah, man, with that, I pray this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Awashai, Bahashem Rachakorash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.